whatever you say.
All right, let's jump right into parenting.
Okay.
And then at the end, I want to do a tribute to my mom. You do a tribute to me.
Absolutely.
And I think that's wonderful. All right. Yeah, there is a dramatic difference in raising boys and raising girls.
Because in your house, and we can speak from, you and I have a vast knowledge on the subject because we read a lot. Everything I read is about parenting mainly, aside from the Word of God. But we're in a blessed place because you grew up, like you said earlier, with all boys.
That's right.
So you had that perspective.
That's right.
I grew up with all girls, especially after my father passed
That's right.
away. So there were no fellas in the house after my dad passed. So I had a perspective from the girl side. But then when we came together and had children, now we know all sides. And we can balance each other because you can say to me, yeah, Ylawnda, but this is what boys do.
Yeah. So, and we can talk about specific things. Here's what I've learned. Boys, if I could put it in a nutshell.
Melanie, oh, thanks, man. Where are you, Mel? We need you, as you can tell.
We have had a couple of catastrophes, Melanie.
They weren't catastrophes.
Now, my wife has done an amazing job in holding down the fort. She really has. But we've had, well, let me just say, we could use a bit of help.
She says, great job. You have 25 minutes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Way to go.
She's producing. She's with her beautiful, beautiful girl. Oh, then she texts me back and said, well, actually, you have 15 minutes.
Oh, Lord, Melanie. Maybe she shouldn't text us anymore. We'll call you later. All right?
Thanks, Mel.
We'll call you later.
Much.
We'll call you later.
I wish she could have done the sound check and helped us with Facebook from the house.
Yeah.
That was our little glitch.
Yeah.
But we got it going.
I think we got it working.
God is good.
Yeah. So go ahead. So you were saying the girls and the boys thing. I think there's a huge difference.
Yes.
And we need, because there's some things that you'll want to do with the boys, and I say, no, boys can't, they don't operate well that way.
Right.
And then you'll correct me, well, girls, they need this and they operate that way.
Right.
Because they're so different.
Can I give an example?
Give an example.
Okay. About 2 weeks ago, our daughter, who just turned 12 last week,
that's right.
She came in the house. Well, first of all, she got in the car. And when the children get in the car, we always start off with, hello, Mommy and Daddy, so glad to see you. How was your day?
And normally it's just, they just go.
Yeah, they want to tell us everything, and we want to hear everything. Yeah. And parents, just a little side note, be quiet and listen. And the older they get, the more listening we need to do.
Amen.
Okay, because this is a lesson, if I can tell you to help you, that we learned as soon as this year, that we want so much to help and make it better and make it right and fix it, especially us as mothers. That's not always the right thing. Sometimes they have to retreat and get with God themselves and figure it out for themselves the older they get.
And that's the hardest thing, you know, because you're so used to when they were a baby, they get a bruise on their leg, you fix it. They get a cut on their leg, you fix it.
Somebody hits them, you go talk to the teacher.
You go talk to the teacher.
Right.
They break their arm, you're the one taking them to the doctor.
Right.
They have a fever, you're sitting up all night. You're always, when children are babies, you're always fixing their problems. You're always taking care of their situation.
Right.
And the hard thing is, when you get older, their problems become more complex.
Yes, Lord.
It's not just a matter of me and Johnny don't get along. It's now a matter of me and Johnny talks about me and we have problems, and at this school I can't. Johnny wants to do this to me and I can't do that back, and you know the problem becomes so complex.
Right. And
you're used to fixing it, and you realize now I can't fix my baby's problem. That's one of the hardest places it is for a parent, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you know what counteracts with that? They don't have that mind that I do everything Mommy and Daddy say anymore. They're developing their own mind.
Yeah.
So now you're competing with the knowledge they have that their friends are giving them.
Or lack thereof. I mean, how all these unemployed people going to tell them how to live life?
Right.
Unemployed, ain't never had a job.
Right.
But they're the authority on everything.
Right.
Where the people that have the job, I'm sorry, I'm just venting for a second,
right.
that have the job, that have maintained their life, all of a sudden we become the dunksters of the house.
Right, that's true.
And it is amazing to me.
But I think most of us probably went through that phase as well.
Well then you know what? I need to say this. On behalf of me, Mom, Dad, Mom, especially Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just didn't know any better.
We didn't know any better.
Just didn't know any better. What was I thinking about?
What I was going to say was that the difference with the boys and the girls was when she had something happen at school with some of the children, and it just got her into a really uneasy mood. And so we were trying to soothe her and encourage her and talk to her. She didn't really want to be bothered. She just said, Mom and Dad, I need 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes in my room. And we were like, no. So Daddy, who loves his only daughter.
That's my poo.
Did what he did and tried to dance with her and, play with her ear and really talk with her. And it seemed as though, no, it didn't seem as though it was. Everything that you did made her more agitated.
More irritated.
So I said to her,
isn't it amazing how men can irritate women?
She's not a woman yet. So I said to Pastor Joe,
she's practicing on being irritated.
I said to him, do you realize you are being manipulated? And he said, really? And I said, yeah, the more you love her and the more she knows you're going to be there and you're not going to do anything, she's going to become more and more angry because it's a form of manipulation. I said, babe, you need to step back. Let's both just step back and let her process this and then let her come to us. And do you know, she did not take too kind to the fact that her daddy wasn't, and daddy loves you, and daddy wants the best for you. Right then, everything just took a quick turn, didn't it? Didn't it? Everything just kind of took a quick, and boys aren't that way.
No.
Boys are not that way.
In fact, first of all, with boys, it's easier for me to break them down.
Right.
If there's a problem with the boys, I can go to the boys. What's going on? All right, Dad, this is what's happening. I can always break a boy down. The boys will talk. Getting it out of the gymnasium sometimes is a little bit more work. In fact, the boys will talk sometimes like the oldest. He'll just keep rolling, and so will all of them. They'll just keep going. But I'm learning that the boys, if you were to ask me the difference, boys, especially as children, are more physical work. Get off of that.
Ooh,
Put
Lord,
that down. Stop throwing the ball in the house.
Yes.
Did not tell y'all not to go there. Why are you playing with that? It's not a toy. Jeremiah, get off the refrigerator. What's wrong with you? No, Joe, you cannot put tin foil in the microwave. How many times have I tell you that? I mean, that's what boys are. You know what I'm saying to you?
Don't burn the house down this time.
You say that you don't have to say any of that to girls. You don't have to say any, you don't have to say get off of that. Don't throw the ball in the house. Please don't throw the ball around my big screen TV.
That's true.
But girls, different. Theirs is, did you just look at me that way?
That's true.
Theirs is, they're upset and they don't say anything when they walk away, but when they get away from you, all of a sudden you hear stomping, boom, boom, boom. You're like,
I know she didn't.
No, she didn't stomp away from me.
Exactly.
You know, or they're smooth enough and they don't say anything till they get away, then they say something under their breath. Boys don't do that, because you can throw it bad at the boys. You know what I'm saying? You can help the boys out a little bit. The girls are so much different.
Yeah.
So boys are physical concerns. Girls are more emotional work. Would you agree with that?
And we can't really get into that with the girls, because I don't want to even delve into that.
Yeah.
But you know, ladies, there are
hormonal.
hormonal issues that happen with the lady, and the best thing from mother to mother that we can do for our daughters is really talk to them about it and bringing awareness to what it is that they're going through. So, i.e., when you sit down and talk to your daughters, particularly after a certain thing has begun to happen to their body, sometime between the age of 8 and 15 is typically when it happens, and 15 is really, really late, but it can start as early as 8. It's great to sit. He hates this topic, but I want to help you. The best thing is to sit down and talk with them and explain to them what will be happening in their body and what will be happening. Listen, around about this time, you're going to feel a little more irritable. You may feel a little more, fatigued. You may feel a little more, so that they can become aware and be in touch with what they're feeling and be in more control. When they don't know that this is why it's happening and this is what is happening, it just all goes haywire. But the best thing you can do is sit down and go, here's what's going to happen. And they will be able to clock it and see, oh, okay, now I see why I'm so impatient or I'm crying a lot. And bring awareness to your daughters. Talk to your daughters before this situation takes place in their life so that they're expecting it. And then once it happens, continue to have dialogue so that they will be aware of what goes on in their life.
I did. And boys, there's some similarities, because while we don't have certain aspects to our physiological body, to our anatomy, boys do go through things. They go through testosterone. And when a boy goes through testosterone, now all of a sudden he wants to lift weights, and he's in the bathroom taking his dad's shaver, and he's shaving
the hair he doesn't
stubble.
have.
Basically, there's nothing there. Peach fuzz.
The hair he doesn't have.
He doesn't, and he's trying to now show he's stronger than dad. So now he takes me in the room and he wants to arm wrestle dad, or he wants to wrestle dad, or he wants to break your wall like he did last time when we had our wrestling in the house.
Or our coffee table.
Or the coffee table.